Hello class, my name is CJ Beck in Year 2 IB Biology HL, and today I'm gonna make a presentation about mark and recapture sampling. The assessment statement I've been working on is G.5.3, which is describe one technique used to estimate the population size of an animal species based on a capture, mark, release, recapture method. The topic this assessment statement is related to is the topic of population, as it is a question that has to be answered by assessing the population of one particular organism in a given area. When is this method or assessment statement appropriate or suitable to use? This method of capturing, recapturing is suitable when it is performed on an organism on organisms that are not highly mobile. This is because if the organism is highly mobile, then which means that it can easily move from one area to another, like in long distances, then this method wouldn't be effective because it is only dealing with organisms in a particular area, and it can't measure the population for organisms that move from one place to another all the time. And it is also suitable when estimating a rough population of a particular organism in a given area. Procedure on how to perform this method. First step, select an area to perform the experiment. Step 2, look for the particular organism you decided to work on. Step 3, mark the organism with acrylic paint just enough to be visible and not harmful to the organism. And step 4, mark 30 more or less of the organism and wait for 30 minutes. This number can be manipulated or altered by the performer. And next, step 5, capture 30 or the number equivalent to the previous capture in the same area, and count the number of the marked organism that were previously released and recaptured. Finally, record the number and repeat the step to increase accuracy and decrease error. My trial, or how I did it, I performed this method on ants. I marked 30 ants, released them, and recaptured 30 ants. I performed this twice, and the number of marked ants I recaptured for the first trial is 6 out of 30, and for the second, 4 out of 30. The marking process, obviously find the ants. You have to find the same kind of ant, just in case you look for all different kinds of ants, because this is done on a particular species. And mark them with acrylic paint or whatever else method you prefer. And in my case, they looked like this. I couldn't take a picture because I didn't have access to a functional camera when I performed this lab. Calculation. The calculation method or equation that is suitable for this particular method is the Lincoln index. This calculation is used to calculate the total population of a particular organism by processing the number of that organism captured and recaptured. The Lincoln index is the total population equals the number of animals in the first sample that are all marked, multiplied by the total number of animals in the second sample, divided by the number of marked animals in the second sample. that are recaptured. It is visually visible on the screen, as you know. My results, after performing the Lincoln index calculation, my results for each the first and the second trial was 225 and 150, which is relatively large. In conclusion, description, or the answer to the assessment statement is that the Lincoln index calculation was a method to estimate a population size using capture, mark, release, recapture method. And by doing so, the total population of a particular organism species can be estimated. Lastly, I'm gonna present a DP test question that I came up with. This is not perfect, I'll be honest, and it's a relatively easy question, but I did my best. So, the question is, assess the total population of beetles in a forest when the estimated total population was 200, where a total of 20 beetles were marked and recaptured. My solution, as this question was created by me, is that 2 out of the 20 marked beetles were recaptured. This can be found by using the Lincoln index, and the total population of the beetles in the forest was very large because only 10% of the released beetles were recaptured, which means that there are many beetles in the forest. So this is the end of my presentation, and thank you.